Stay perky.
High five for everybody.
Hi.
Are we tiny?
Reseller news, etc. Before or after doesn't really matter because this show's about rats. And how we have rats.
Aloha, everyone.
Why? I'm so small. I don't even know what's happening. I'm smaller than a rat. Oh, boy. Aloha, everybody. We got rats. We thought we had mice last week, and we graduated. I guess the rat ate all the mice, and now we just have rats. And we got our first rat out today. And by the way, just before... Thought I heard something. Just before anybody says you need to go...
Jovial.
You need to go... Everybody's here? Everybody's here! Aloha! But we are getting an exterminator who's going to murder the heck out of these tiny little rodents that I like, but should die immediately and with prejudice. We're on a month-long waiting list. Oh, sorry, I didn't have the right effect for that. So,
Bearded said we killed 4 last week.
so the mice are like, mice, come back. I mean, the mice mean that the rats aren't here, so we don't see any mice or any rats currently. 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, whatever.
Could you pop the chat out?
5:50. Pop out that chat. I'll pop it out. I'll show you what I'm doing. Popping out that chat. Where is it? Oh, here it is.
Wow, wow.
I popped out the chat for you today.
Thanks.
Um,
Sorry, I interrupted.
That's
but
okay. I don't know where I was.
It's
about rats. We woke
words
up.
are getting chopped
The
off.
rat was in the cage. The rat is in the cage. And we're talking about the big cage that we bought this weekend after we could not get the big rat to fit in the mouse cage. So we said, okay, so we got to do something. She's not willing to do glue traps yet, although the exterminator said you need just to get glue traps because you're under assault. And we're under assault. Took the rat. We relocated the rat to the lake house. The lake house. And then came home, and this afternoon I saw a rat sneaking around the outside of our house trying to get in where I'm trying to seal everything up. So
Pokey actually notified him.
Barked.
Pokey chased it.
Thank you, Pokey. So the problem is, let me see what Beard said. Did you get him in your house? I'm trying to move things here.
Oh, Major
Win, thank you.
Stay perky.
High five for everybody.
Despite all my rage, I'm still right in a cage.
This is
That's a good song.
This is like one of the things that this is a reseller trip because so I'll fill you in just a tiny little bit. This last week has sucked on a scale of grand suckitude, where we lost an aunt who was in hospice, and during her final day, she passed away just yesterday, right?
What is today? I'm so confused.
Yeah, whatever day. So this is what I'm trying to talk about. We're in a day's haze.
I think it was yesterday. I'm so
And
confused.
during her at the respite house, her brother, like an uncle, a great person, gets a PE type situation, blood clot in the hospital, intensive care. Couldn't even be there for his sister. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Well, he had been there every day leading up to.
Maybe that even contribute. Whatever. Bottom line is, it was like kadunk kadunk, and then the freaking rats have the audacity. I don't know what buttons I'm hitting. I'm hitting them all. I wish I could do a nuclear reset on rodents right now. So anyway, They weren't checking in with us. We have family problems happening. We've got we're inundated. I think probably worse than most people just get rats when you're a reseller, because you got crap, you got packaging, you got stuff, you've got basements full of stuff, you got things. Maybe there's a tiny bit of deferred maintenance on the house. Maybe the trees are a little longer so the rats can fly in on their Tesla helicopters. You know, what have you.
I
thank
just
you,
want to.
everybody. You want to start at the
Hey,
beginning?
Ayo,
Shall we start at the beginning?
I just want to quickly say, it's so nice to see Jovial here.
Jovial.
It's been so long, and it makes me really happy to see you.
And we also see James and Bearded Picker and Carl, eBay Life, WTF, and Quirky Picker Chad. eBay Life, major win, of course, the team of Doug and Roro. Cautiously optimistic Gina, Axe Monkey. I already said Callie Debs. I'll say it again. It doesn't really matter. Curious Collection is here. Aloha. Ayo. Is here. And who else? I'm going to say Callie Debs again. How you like that?
6 by 6, Ryan.
6 by 6. That's for Miss Merritt.
And then go down a little. There's
look at Paul Rose.
Absolute Finds, Buckeye State Flips.
Oh my gosh, Absolute Finds. And
Mike.
Have we seen Absolute Finds before?
I think we have, right?
Okay.
You've been here before, right?
Welcome either way. Buckeye State Flips. Paul Rose, lag peeking out behind his own hands.
Mike Cordez.
Mike Cordez. Holy cow, you guys. There's a lot of people here. All I got to do is say it's so bad on the... But I was a mouse, and then I played rat, so it wasn't really technically rat bait, clickbait. What do you call it? Bait and switch.
Oh, yeah, clickbait.
But so bad. It's so bad. Now, reselling, on the other hand, is
Basket Noodle,
pretty darn good,
hi.
I gotta say.
Yes, and Absolute Finds has been here before,
Awesome.
so thank you again.
Welcome back. And thanks again to Major Win for the Smashing
Carla,
Pumpkins.
did you say hi? Aloha to Carla?
I did not. I'm here
And
to
Decor,
say hi.
right?
I'm here for it, Carla. I'm here for the little kitty.
She loves her little pokey.
We need a cat. We need to get a cat. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, Amy!
I think we should just drive around some neighborhood and just pick up a cat. We're just going to borrow it for a few days. We'll wait till the signs pop up and then we'll take it back to where it was. But we could borrow a cat for like 2 weeks, right? Is that fair? Is that legal? Is there a law against that?
Aloha, Amy. Nesbitt Experience. I feel
Amy's here.
It's so nice to see you.
Yeah, we've missed you so much.
Yeah,
actually.
I hope everything's going well for you.
Jovial Juggler, we have said hi to you several times, but I am going to give you the official... Oh my gosh, did you see that? How that just jumped. Basket Noodle is here. Anybody else that we missed? And we welcome you all to Rat Day here at this whole thing. So it will be a short show. We are in the middle of fighting. If you see a sofa go on the market from us, Thayer Coggin, beautiful sofa, do not purchase it knowing what we're going through right now. It will be for sale soon, and it's very expensive, and some wealthy person will buy it and recover it. But even though you're jamming me in the leg, I don't care. I'm just telling our friends, do not buy the $5,000 couch we're about to sell. Thank you.
I want to just have hard surface everything.
You know, yes, I know. It's true. Nothing soft, all hard surface, all electrocuted.
Just give me a wood
electrified
bench.
so that anything that touching our house can just be electrocuted. And I think what I really want is to wake up, is to be in bed and not hear
a
prowler
and
downstairs.
Then go, what the hell is that?
For the past 5 days, we've heard a prowler. We did catch that one, but as everyone who says, I think I see a giant rat out there. As everyone has told us, you
No,
see
that's a
one.
tree.
If there's one in our house, and one is hi, I'm Mr. Rat.
Lag really
there's like
wants
20
the
rats.
couch.
We can make you a discount deal for the couch. It really is like a $10,000 couch, but you know, I'll let it go for $5,000.
Mike
Thank
was saying Wendy stole your sound effect, by the way, Primo.
Who did?
Wendy's. And what's the
They did.
cell phone service that Daredevil dude? what's his name?
Dude, Evil
Ryan
Knievel? Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds, whatever that is, he owns or represents.
Oh, he owns that.
I think he is.
Is it called
somehow.
Qui-Gon? Qui-Gon Cellular.
He has brant
It's best in the outer rim.
In one of his ads too, and he's joking. Yeah, sorry, the budget was low or something like that, and it's the brant sounds.
Yeah, we're low rent over here. I do not deny that. Actually, all the if you were a serious
Mint
person,
Mobile, thanks. Okay.
if you are a serious person,
James.
which we are not, we
just a serious person. The two of us make one person,
which we are together, a single serious person. You worry about things like copyright. Obviously, we just play rat because it seemed like that fit today.
Can you please do me a favor
And
and move the chat so I can actually see it without it
pop
being chopped
out that
off?
chat. Pop out the popped out chat. Thank you.
Just move it over there and then.
I don't want to. I want you
Okay.
to be comfortable. So
Thank you.
I was saying, serious person half, that copyrights are important if you're going to be somebody someday. And so Rode, the mixer and all. So no, it was nobody serious asking about a new microphone. But I was watching a really old show.
Oh, I have a new one.
It was, you know what it was?
Oh.
It was Trash to Cash podcast. Somehow I went back in a time machine and they were interviewing Tommy Bernard podcast. Can you believe that? I mean that.
Oh yeah, where's Tommy? I don't even see him in FAE's.
He quit
chat.
podcasting before we even came online, so he doesn't even exist in our collective memory of podcasts. But you can go watch him and see his old stuff. But nobody watch old stuff because it's like no longer current in the eBay field. But anyway, I watched him and he was telling the Trash to Cash guys about getting proper sound and everything. And that's all.
Wow,
Thank you.
peacats. Did I just say peacocks?
You said peacocks. Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's the stuff they give you to barf, isn't it? In the Boy Scouts? Epicac?
Joey was saying, Primo and Spam, you want to borrow the 2 wild peacocks roaming the neighborhood?
What about the 2 peacocks? What?
That sounds pretty
do they
neat.
eat rats? Peacocks eat rats?
I wonder. Someone was saying like geese do, right? Someone was.
Things.
Oh
eat
wait,
rats.
when I was up in the
What you
hospital
do is you get a
waiting room,
bigger rat
so
eater.
family was saying that
You get a rat dog.
Geese eat rats. But Amy said that
I'm fine with
she
whatever
has
eats the
missed
rats.
us. She's been busy trying to get a second store off the ground.
Oh, very good.
Well, we
that's
missed
awesome.
you. It can, be a little time consuming. Are you splitting off merchandise from your main store or your first store, or?
Oh, are you asking? I thought you were asking me. Yeah, we are. By the way.
No, I'm asking Amy.
Because you would know that already.
A store with completely new product.
Hey, we upgraded everybody who has ever donated to us or paid membership fees. We got a second arm right here. I've always had one, and then we've always had to set up a annoying old school kind of mic stand and then tip it. So now she's on an arm like a totally pro.
It's way better.
Podcrapster. We're podcrapsters.
Paul Rose, I think Tommy's selling cars now, but still eBay too, last I heard. Oh, isn't that funny that Paul actually knows that? Hey, Julie!
Julie's here. Aloha, Julie!
Julie Dubois, passion.
Julie, just so you know, the rat count is one.
Aloha. Record crate.
The
Aloha.
mouse count is.
Oh,
They're going to come out tonight.
the
probably.
original singer of Iron Maiden, Record Crate, is saying, "Rest in peace, Paul Dion."
Oh, boo! I mean, it's a cheer because they fill stadiums.
And James and Beard were both saying that Ryan Reynolds did start and own Mint, but that they think he sold it, but he's still the face of the company.
Good. You don't want some. You don't want to own some. The thing about starting businesses is a great idea. I've always been into starting businesses. I don't want to own them and drive them in the ground. I just want to start them and sell them when they're hot. But I've never actually sold a business. No.
Oh, Baskin Noodle has a Stickley cherry post bed from the 60s. It's worth about $7,500 on the low end. Nice.
Stickley, yeah. Stickley is who has that? Bean Aids?
Yeah.
Yes. So, like, one of the things is, like, Stickly, the name is synonymous, antique, forever. Only certain Stickly, though, maintains its value. I think probably, a bed might be one of them, 4-poster beds and things. And for the most part, Stickly, what are they called? The bookcases with the glass. Those things are still, but they have dropped, like, precipitously. Stickly used to be a $10,000 name no matter what. And now it has to be a very specific piece of furniture to go. And we're in the land of Stickly. That's why I know that. But also depends on where you are. Because if you were here trying to sell it at auctions, it can be a lot less than if you were West Coast.
Ayo was saying, did you guys get the email about Poshmark reverse?
Oh, boo. Yes. Thank you, Ayo. Here you go, boom.
Ayo.
And then we're going to get off the rat. We're off the rat train. Where's something? I got to look at this for a second. Yes. Ayo's on it. Because we do not do the, we are just about to do, because Commonwealth Kevin said it's, result news now. Commonwealth Kevin said it's okay to do, you can't make all your money on eBay. And he's totally right. So we are going to be cross-posting soon. Counter offer for the demo. Yeah, I'll take that. Thank you. Poshmark, they retracted their retraction.
Oh,
and they
passing the fee onto the buyer?
Yeah, they said one of their core values is blah, blah, blah. So just throw that out the window. Don't even read the first paragraph. I defy you to not read the first paragraph, whatever that means. So we made a recent fee change, and we totally screwed up. We've spoken with many of you, and you told us to go F ourselves. So we apologize, and here's what we're going to do to make it right. We're reverting to the way it was. Although this is fact. This is actually fact, even though there's a rim shot. We're reverting to the original fee structure of 20% and $2.95. We're removing buyer protection fee, which was a gross scam. We're ending Posh Pass Beta, which is some other kind of way to milk somebody for something. And we're offering a rebate to you for some reason. So Manish Chandra, a very concerned CEO of Poshmark, has completely backpedaled because it was a failure, and he's probably not going to be around too much longer. I'm guessing. That's just me, though.
Well,
and I'm a comedian.
And Poshmark is definitely popular, I think, among younger, well, just popular. But I think the younger generations hear of Poshmark.
I'm going to tell you what I know about Poshmark. Thank you.
Clothing. I think of it as clothing.
Yeah.
So that's what.
Shoot. Yes. I knew one thing about it. It's for clothes. I know that we started it. We tried it.
Other than clothing.
We went there and we got a whole bunch of like leather jackets, the good ones. I forget what they're called now, but they were the ones everybody wants, like motorcycle jackets, but they were like the right brand. And then we had some from like the 40s. Anyway, put them all on Posh, and they all sold on eBay. And so we said Posh doesn't work, and that was 2 or 3 years ago, and it can't possibly have gotten any better since then. Thank you. Honestly, I imagine it's changed completely, and we have no idea what we're talking about. But we are our 4th store, Weirdo Vintage. Got to figure out how to list something on it because I couldn't open the seller. Something was, I don't know what's going on. Got to figure out how to open it. And that will be clothing, so that could go to your Poshmark closet. You can jam that in your... Do you think they get rats in the Poshmark closet? Jeez. No. So, do you want to go back to rats, or do you want to?
Not really.
It's more exciting.
No. Well, I'll just say that. Hey, John. Aloha.
Flipping ain't easy.
John, we have a whole bunch of rats in our house.
Poo-poo platter.
He's dealing with another fun eBay issue this morning.
Okay.
The last thing I'll say about the rats is that I was envisioning like sewer rats from New York City, so I was terrified.
Pulling a piece of pizza around the house?
I was yes, pizza rat. I was terrified the thought of a rat, and I still am pretty like upset about it.
It's a Vermont rat. It's like a little, it's like bigger than a
It's bigger
mouse.
than a mouse, but it's not a big rat.
It's approximately the size of this Snoopy. Oh my gosh, look how giant this Snoopy is. The rat is taking over.
So I had a lot of relief seeing the actual rat. It was not as monster-like as I had expected. But now we know we have more than one.
And so we've split up
that's
our house is sort of split up. So this is my office, per se office. Look, you can't fully see Snoopy. Sorry, Snoop's not getting full screen time. So, and on the other side of this wall is like living room space, and we've set up another computer over there for her. That and the sofas were stacked up in order to make the space for her. We're not using it as a living room currently because our life is nothing but eBay, and that's all it is. And then we saw a mouse upstairs. Now that is bad news on all levels. And so in order to try to mitigate this, I'm like, everything off the floor, everything. I think we talked about that maybe.
I thought we weren't going to talk anymore about the rat.
No, we're talking about mice.
I don't want to talk about mice either. But I do. Did you see?
Anyway, the rat had made home about 10 feet from her head in the house. The rat was living in the house, but we weren't living in the living room. Granted, I guess the rat felt like they're not even here. They're not even using this.
Yeah, it's not. It wasn't good. Texas Bandits! Charge the rats rent!
Seriously.
Yes! But
I did. They were
the Golf
freeloaders.
Exchange, aloha!
Welcome.
And I just want to quickly mention John's
Please
good comments, and then Julie had a question for you about promoting.
Serious people comments.
So John has excellent news. He sold 3 shower itters over the weekend. The bad news is, for some reason, it was the same person that bought all 3.
Do you think they were confused, or are they a secret benefactor?
And the calculated shipping did not take into account that the package was going to be larger because of 3, so he's going to lose about $20
on the whole thing
after all is said and done.
But you know what the big win is here, John? You get rid of 3 of those things. So congratulations.
And Jovial, I see you're saying hi to Paul Rose and asking what was going on.
I never finished the serious person comment where I was saying that
and he has
the
been
applause
moving.
is royalty free. Thank you.
He's been moving, and he only has until the 31st to get out of his old place.
He absolutely turns into a pumpkin on the 31st.
So
did he say how the update?
Oh no, he said he's still plugging away. Yeah. And so Julie,
Paul Rose put on Tales from the Crypt. I have it on my phone. Like I'm playing Tales from the Crypt constantly. It's all free on YouTube. It's like, whatever, but it's by season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that keeps the mood.
So Julie, her comment went away, but she was asking if you're still not using promoted listings, and she said that she is, but she feels there's been an issue with it since about a week now. Something is not working well.
So we do use so way that our stores are situated right now is our biggest store, our oldest store is now our redheaded stepchild store. It's where we put items in $300 to $1,000 that are cool and collectible, something, just a lot of hype items. So and no promotion on that at all. And everything seems to sell right there. In fact, we sold everything and then have really not been putting a lot of effort into it because our other 2 stores are up like 40% each. One's a media store, and we're promoting at 10% on that store. Pretty high. And then, of course, they're taking 15% because it's media in most cases, but it's media. And so we're shipping out things that were sitting in a box, and we're shipping them out at $10, $20, $13 a piece. This is a revenue stream that we never had before, was the small amount items. So very happy about that. That's up like 38%. And then in the past 30 days. And then Junk Drawer, which was our secondary store, and also, Omega Moon Media did not exist 6 months ago. So that's a brand new store. That's our media store. The Junk Drawer has existed for many years, but was just our secondary store that we just threw things into. Now that has grown a nut like 46%. And those two stores are making the bulk of our income right now. And we are promoting at 4 with the 1% adjustable nonsense number. So that's going at 5. Now, I've been spending a lot of time trying to be smart. And that takes, for me, lots of time. I got to book like extra time just to like get in a smart mood. And then decide if I'm going to look at like how many views I'm getting on items and try to even decrease STR or increase STR through separating more items. But I think the reason why both of our newer stores are performing better is because they put a hex on old stores. That's my new that's my new fake.
Beard said it's a trend. Started listing on my second store this weekend.
I think stores that have been around for 20 years are no longer are not a benefit for sure to you. That's my feeling. I don't know. I think James will probably I think people who have started new stores recently can see that there's something different about a newer store in the past couple years than having one for 20. Visually different for sure.
The Golf Exchange was saying good afternoon, and he's saying that 30% off seems to be the magic number at the moment to shake the tree. Yep. And yes, we absolutely agree 100%. 30% off would make me jump on something unless I felt like a seller was raising the price to then deduct by 30%. But yes, 30% makes me jump on something for sure. And he said I'm usually between...
Weird. But that's fine, 30%. You're just a cheap date.
I'm usually between 85 and 95% of listing / asking price on buy it now, so that sell hurts, but at least spark sales. Yeah. We agree.
We should applaud all challengers to eBay, even if it's why am I not? I can't think of what WM
Glenn's
is.
Gauntlet, Aloha.
What's WM? Aloha, Glenn. And Joe's Rare Find is here.
Nice.
Aloha, guys. Thanks for coming in.
And Glenn's Gauntlet said they started a 20% off sale yesterday, and it worked. I had an 800+ day.
We're just smoking hot weekend. Smoking hot. I mean, like, what's the guy who does it? Smoking. That's like Jim Backus. Who is it? Jim. Well, where are we?
And James was saying that they're introducing AI into controlling promoted listings. I saw the banner on my Great Sales Day, but never again. So
Walmart.
There
Thank you.
seems to be a mess right now.
I'm not against Walmart at all. I like the idea of Walmart. Did you?
I just smell something weird.
What is it? Is it rat smell?
I don't know.
Is it me? I've been fighting rats all weekend. I'm not.
Okay, so Joe is asking Joe's Rare Finds, how much effort are you putting into listing on your media store? Are you going for quantity over quality? I have a hard time not getting into the weeds on my listings. I like a lot of the details he's saying.
Well, if you're asking, when we're listing stuff on the media store specifically, we're cherry picking from our collection. So we're listing what we could perceive to be the highest value things. We try to list, I mean, are we good at it? No, but we try to definitely list like value as opposed to number of items, try to get up to a certain value. But
if we feel that we can't get X amount of number of new listings, then it's more like, let's try to reach this dollar amount. And we've had
kind of depends like how easy it is to get there. So
in
what we're really bad at is doing
Thank you, Ryan.
Ryan has gifted 5. Count them.
Thank you. Patricia, The Great Resale Line, Joe's Rare Finds, Mike Gerdez, Kat D.
And
Yay!
James and Patricia. Kat D. Thank you. Kat D's in here?
And I was gifted
Who would think Kat D
membership
with all
to
the
FAE
tattoos
on
and stuff?
Friday. I'm
that's
excited
fun.
about that.
You know what I'm excited about? I caught one rat, but there's more than one. Sorry.
But I was gonna say, but this past week has been filled with a lot of necessary attention devoted to other issues and going on. So we have not done a ton of listing this past week.
What? Sorry.
You're rude.
Am I rude? Or am I rude like a fox? No, I was sleeping, sweetie. I have eyes painted on. I'm so tired. I can't believe it. But thank you so much, Ryan. That is so generous, and we're very grateful for you. And of course, the
Kimo, Kimo, baby,
song that started a movement.
Yeah, that's right. Kimo, Kimo, baby.
Beard had the funniest short video in regards to that song on his Friday show.
Yeah, he jumps out the car.
It is hilarious. But I gotta say, that song is a good distraction for me when I'm stressed. I find myself singing it, Ryan. So it's almost like one of those squishy stress toys. I just sing it and it relieves some of my stress. So
What was I just watching something and it was like there is a lot of new eBay content, a lot of tiny eBayers, and then I've been getting recommended some other eBayers I haven't seen before that have quite big channels. I'm like surprised. And one of them I was watching, and I can't remember who it is because it's either a new person I haven't seen before, or it was somebody that was talking peripherally about selling on eBay, but talking about how how the future of eBay is going to be. Okay, I remember what it was. It was a toy reseller called Toy Federation or Foundation. It was somebody who went to this guy's place, and this guy has so many toys and everything.
It is incredible.
And it wasn't an eBay-centric show, but he does sell on eBay, and he's talking about how Hasbro is going to, they're going to sell their own stuff on their own websites, and they're going to sell it on eBay, and they're going to sell it on Etsy, and they're going to sell it everywhere, and they're the authorized dealer. Can you sell it? Yes. But they're already selling it everywhere. So if you order it for your toy store, it's just going to go sallow because they already own the entire marketplace. So now they're
essentially getting into retail.
Yes.
Where they were wholesale before, but now they're getting into retail.
And that's how all businesses are going.
That's like, look at, Goodwill has their big locations have their own eBay.
In the 90s when we were coming up in this world, we had it all. It was like we were magic. We were running around the clouds, buying old cars and filling it with 60s and 70s furniture and stuff. We were making out like bandits. And then now, everyone, modern furniture, you wouldn't think that that's something that fits into this category. But we used to go buy it from IBM. We used to go buy it from schools. Schools would get rid of their Apple computers for free. I'd be like, gimme. And so the point being that businesses like that actually have people working for them now that sell off their inventory rather than just give it away. Because all that money, it just used to be so much money in everywhere.
Now I know.
And so now they're trying to save every dime to make their investors happy.
Yeah, and B News was saying
this?
That's right. Online.
How dare you? Look at that. I just revealed the rat.
Online retail is
rat
mainstreaming versus side hustle, and that's really hard to compete against.
I'm talking B News stuff, right?
Yeah, and he was saying that in the new economy per se, every seller is in competition with every online retailer. And this goes. Yeah. For you, like you're familiar with this going way, way back when you were buying vintage Apple computers, 10 cents a pound, and then
Don't lie, it was 12 cents.
Every time I say 15 cents, you go, no, it was only 10 cents.
That's part of the fun.
But they ended up going in business on their own.
Freya's here, aloha, Freya!
And they have like a whole crew of people, like a staff of like over 20, I think, that now.
Where? American
Robin.
Retroworks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he credits me for starting his business, but he's got a business of 25 people. I just got me. But I went to Hawaii a couple times. So there.
What does that have to do with anything?
I want to go to Hawaii. I don't want to deal with rats. Thank you.
Mom, Dad, stop fighting.
My dad wants to go to Hawaii. Mom wants to stay here and do the hula with the rats. We're right, everybody. Come on.
Wait, Lag is saying I need the give me clip. What's that?
Oh, give me. I need. Give me. I can just do that.
What is
about
it
Bob?
from?
What about Bob?
Oh.
I need.
Biff was saying I'm about to get my yellow shooting star. Why would I abandon my old store? Why would you abandon your own
I'm
store?
not saying abandon it. I'm saying go open up a new one and put all your stuff from your old store into this new store and see the magic happen before your eyes. I can't tell that it was like do they just give you like a fresh baby swaddle? So when you first open your store.
Blue V2.
Blue V2.
Thank you. Blue V2 is saying, Primo, your shtick is killing me today, as usual. Love the way Captain Spam always keeps the ship going straight.
Thank goodness she's here. Have you ever seen me do a members only? It gets off the rails real quick.
Oh my God. He is so, for one thing, he's just hilarious. I mean, he brings so much joy to me. And annoyance too, but the joy
rats. Don't forget rats.
The annoyance.
I bring the rats here.
I'm
the
but
Pied Piper.
on the membership shows,
I'm the Pied
I'm just like, you do
Piper.
your thing. I don't want to be part of it because I need to do other stuff. And I will listen to him and I just laugh non-stop, hearing him in the background while I'm like trying to work or whatever.
And then she goes, "What did you just say?" And I go, "I have no idea. No idea what I say."
But B Nudes was saying, oh, he was right. Lag was saying it's from Primo 5 minutes ago. For the gimme thing. Basket Noodles is saying the problem is how can sites like eBay compete against the unified supply chain? And the supply chain in a we must sell this stuff mode, even in the profits are very minimum. And
well, I look online. I watch all the videos. I see what. Well, if you watch what's his name does, General Reflection. What's his name? Daily Refinement. He has been getting, young people starting their businesses and like chaperoning them. He must be getting a cut out of the businesses. I don't know what he does. I'm not even saying he does that, but he does this thing on Whatnot where he does 24-hour auctions and he's got pallets and pallets of gear coming in, and he's filling like this, I don't know, this section of maybe, I'm guessing, see, again, I'm totally making this up. This is all from my brain. I assume he's getting old season stuff or stuff that's just heading out of season from the stores, and he's buying it by the pallets and hundreds of the same items. And he's running Whatnot auctions 24 hours a day and just getting rid of all this stuff. That's a whole bunch of stuff that'll never trickle down to anybody else. So he's like got that little, there's like this echelon all sewn up, and I bet there's a bunch of other people like that. I'm just saying words at this point because I have no idea what I'm saying. But I do feel that we don't sit in a brand environment. We sell vintage items so that so far we haven't had to compete.
well,
And don't see that we're going to have to.
we would be competing with like Goodwill that, they get the vintage stuff.
I'm okay with them. I can beat them. I'll beat those bastages.
Here,
What are you doing?
can you put that on?
Such me. Is that my foot that smells like cheese?
Yes, please put your slippers back on.
I'm so hungry now. I just smelled a nice Limburger.
Your smile just reminded me. Tomorrow he's getting an abutment put in,
Finally.
which would then be the step before getting the actual crown put on. I was just
But it'll look the same until January.
yeah.
People say, Primo, don't fill your tooth hole. That's like your personality, man.
Let's just put some spray and foam in there.
Seriously. We've got extra. I have been foaming. Our house is half foam right now. I foamed every hole bigger than a nail.
Which they did say the exterminator
Don't do
place
it.
said do not, because
I don't
if you're
listen.
going to block their exits out of your home, they are now going to crawl into your walls maybe and chew your wiring
Look.
and try to escape.
That
You're gonna
lady's not
cause
going to
more
be here
problems.
for a month. What do you want me to do? Just sit here? No. I'm going to put armor our place. I'm going to try to keep them out.
Like, I'm still waiting for my in-buttment. And Ryan was saying the missing tooth is part of your charm, though.
I know.
I
lose it.
agree.
I'm going to see if I can get a snap-on, snap-off tooth where I can just,
Yeah, but then you're
Take
going to
it
have
on
the
and off.
silver abutment always showing.
You think I care about that?
I
I
don't
really
know.
don't care. I mean, I don't even need a tooth except for my
It is sort of like a character thing.
my teeth
I've
are
never
moving.
seen
They don't want my
someone
teeth to
pull
move.
off a missing tooth as well as you do.
That was thank you very
Oh,
much.
Biff,
I
this-
appreciate that.
Quite the compliment, huh?
Well, it didn't stop me from going in front of people. No, it did not, and I appreciate that.
Axe Monkey, put a chiclet in there. You can have a different color one every day.
Seriously, or a Tic Tac. I
Biff
mean, a
was
Tic Tac
saying-
would fit right
Biff
in there.
is saying this is your opportunity to get a single vampire fang.
Ooh, a single vampire fang. I like that.
Yeah, Ryan, just use the plastic Halloween teeth. Crown for a king. Yes, Dendicor.
I wanted to get. I just at the very beginning of this whole thing, which was November of 2022. That's when I don't know what happened, but I cracked a tooth from just grinding or something,
clenching and grinding at night.
and bacteria went up, and I had a 10 whatever millimeter pocket. They just like the pocket poker went right up my
Ooh,
tooth.
Ayo,
And just was
good
like blood,
idea.
and then they were like, "This is just there's nothing there. You have nothing holding that tooth in." So they had to do an emergency extraction. Anyway, then I was gonna get the tooth put back in, but then I said, "Hey, it's March 2023. You haven't gotten your tooth back in yet. Why don't you go break your ankle?" So then I broke my ankle falling down the stairs. She pushed me, and then the Menendez
hard
brothers
enough.
moved it. No, it didn't. And then I had to recover from that, and then I know you wanted to know the whole story.
So,
Thank you.
Ayo was just another great suggestion.
Fang
He
face, Biff
put
Boffo.
nails-
I could be fang face with just the one big triangle right in the front.
Ayo is saying, and when you're using the spray foam, you should put
Oh.
nails and sharp things inside it, or else they will chew through it, which we
Oh, you're
have
so smart.
already seen from our spray foam from the beginning of the year or last year in our garage.
It's
We
actually
see
helpful.
Some chewing.
It's helpful because I can see where they've chewed in through the foam. And so I was trying to actually think that's a very good suggestion, because I was thinking, do I cut out, I've got like this mesh, they call it, like animal netting, metal mesh stuff. And I was thinking maybe I put that right in with the foam as I, stick it, embed it. It's probably
Oh,
a
the
good
metal
word.
mesh. Yeah, that would be great. And then it will be like those Play-Doh things when we were kids, and you go crank, and then
Yeah,
it'll go.
waffle fry. Yeah. That's the one.
Joe's Rare Finds was saying, when I moved into my house, we had mice at first, and then we used the spray foam on any holes inside and outside the house. We also use poison feed traps, and it is possible that they could die inside the house, though. And that is what the
Look,
exterminators
I
are
don't have a
telling us
problem with
too. They're
Real
like,
stinky.
we'll come in, we'll do the bait. And then they come back and take away the stuff. But they said the only issue is we have no control over where these mice or rats or whatever will end up dying. They could be in
Look,
your house,
I don't have a
outside your
problem
house.
with that. As long as they're dead, they can die right on my face as I'm sleeping. As long as that, maybe not that. Take that back. Cancel.
B Nudes, when you think about say eBay response. Yeah. So B Nudes is saying that eBay really has no choice but to favor the manufacturer's distributorship supply
Hey,
chain.
you know what? It makes sense to me that if I have a company and I build a product, I have at least first rights to sell the product the way I want, and not have it duplicated in China and have fake ones made and stuff like that. I think that's all. Yes. And then once someone buys it and owns it, then the first sale doctrine it's called, but even though it's really the second sale, right? That's where you can resell it and tough ass to the original maker of it. I get to decide how I want to sell this used product. And that went for every used thing on the history of the planet of Earth. Because even if you donated it to the Goodwill, how would Goodwill sell it if you didn't have a protection of that right to resell your crap?
One issue too that a lot of creative people that make their own stuff, what they're seeing is Shein and Temu,
Your favorite stores.
stealing their designs and making their own versions of them. And some people,
it's big in the tiki community
because they're small.
It's huge in the tiki.
They aren't able to fight against Temu and Shein. However, I have seen people be successful in just contacting them and saying, "You have stolen our designs, quit it," and they will. And Motorcycle Dork shared a video with us about Temu, whatever the hell it is, and
are you guys watching Motorcycle Dork? He has some really good videos from like a year and a half ago when things were good. Those are fun to watch. It's like going back in time. Don't watch the newer
Motorcycle Dork
ones.
is awesome. And by the way,
and Darth Thrifter.
Darth Thrifter is doing
This is a big one for Darth Thrifter.
we miss him.
He's actually shifted gears. He's like not even mentioning eBay anymore.
He's doing DoorDash.
totally on a DoorDash bender.
With his dry humor.
And it's pretty funny.
It's pretty funny, yeah. So Darth
Go
Thrifter,
check him out.
and he's getting...
He's almost...
He's like up to almost 800. As of yesterday, he was almost up to 800
it's his
subscribers.
new DoorDash people are like... are filing in. So if you haven't checked out Darth Thrifter, he's got nice contained little videos. They're not too long and they're easy to...
So it's not a huge commitment like these long drawn out things that we do. And Paul was saying if they die in the walls, they can stink for a while. Had that with one mess at my parents. And I know. There's just so many stupid things. Lag was saying it's the splitter's house now. The turtles are coming next. What do you mean by that? Because he said something about splitters. If you have splitters, the turtles are coming next. I don't even know what that means.
Splitter. What's a splitter? You mean for cable? For cable TV? He's like, what kind of splitter? We turning into splitters?
And B Nudes was saying, the questions become one of not will the significant change happen, but when, in what it looks like, and that the first sales doctrine was never intended to be a mechanism for a small business's resale or supply chain product.
The first sale doctrine was never intended to be a mechanism. I get it. I'm just kidding.
And it was written so vague in the day that it's essentially a loophole today.
Yeah. I agree with the fact that
Lag wants the rat to pop up. Boing. You would see me run for the hills.
She's not good with the rat. She's not good with rats. In fact, in the back, we have a little video of when we took the rat to the boat launch where we let it go. And she was in the trunk of the car. I was like, you got to at least film me. Can you at least help by filming me? And she's like, sure. She's in the trunk, like with her feet and everything.
I got in the trunk, and then all of a sudden, I was like,
what if the rat got into the trunk with you?
No. So.
And then I closed the lid, and
so
then you were
in there with the rat. So it was very early this morning, and it was still dark when we did this, but there was some traffic, and I thought, oh my God, this will look really weird if they see someone in a trunk.
It won't be good for me.
No, so I hopped out. I didn't vocalize.
Oh no,
my
somebody.
concern.
Just don't try to help me, sweetie, because then when somebody does pull in there, then you'll start running away into the bushes, and then they'll be like, "Who did you kidnap?" That was my wife trying to help.
Excuse me, but the rat just ran off into the field.
Did you think it went in your throat?
So, Splitter is the rat from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
We're not that young. We don't know that stuff.
What are you talking about? Teenage Mutants
I don't know.
were around when we were...
I don't know.
Maybe
teenagers. I mean, I know who they are. I know Donatello likes pizza. That's all I got. I put about $100 in that machine, Konami machine. But that's all I know about them. Because you have to remember, I'm so much older than you by 4 years. So that's a lot of time in the 80s.
I know. 4 years older is huge when you're young, because when you're in junior high and you look at high schoolers, you think they're the oldest people in the world. So when you're young, 4 years is a big thing, but when you're old, 4 years is like, oh, whatever.
Pretty much, I didn't see new Saturday morning cartoons because there really wasn't any. Maybe Grape Ape was kind of newish in the 70s. But for the most part, I was watching earlier 70s and 60s cartoons rehashed. Josie and the Pussycats. I don't even know if those were fresh cartoons then or not. It all seems old to me now.
Along the lines of what we were talking about with these Hasbro now just going to start selling their own crap.
Splinter the rat. Splinter was the rat.
Come on, please.
The king of the chop
Put your
of the
slippers
turtles.
on.
My fault. Sorry for
along the
those of you
lines of
with smell-o-vision.
Hasbro now going to start selling on eBay is that
Yeah. Tell it to us.
Game Boy games,
Game
eBay, EB. What the hell is the game
Babbage's.
store?
Remember Babbage's?
How they are now doing vintage gaming.
Yeah, whole
They're
stores.
Their brick and mortar stores
Yeah.
are now going to be vintage.
They're trying hard to rebrand.
Yeah. So, right, all of these companies are jumping on the bandwagon now of reselling.
Paw Patrol. Lag grew up on Paw Patrol. I thought that was even. Lag, did you grow up on Veggie Tales too? Because like one of my friends' kids
Bob the
watched
Builder,
Veggie
Dora
Tales,
the Explorer.
and it has a cheeseburger in it, who's like the cutest character because it's Veggie Tales, and there's a cheeseburger. Ryan's aunt worked at Babbage's. Yeah, that was like an early place. I'm 1973, and TMT is something my youngest siblings were into. Right, I was in high school when they came out, and I just remember somewhere around ET. And whatever happened right after E.T., girls hit. So 1982 is my favorite time when I think back and I'm like, that was just before everything went crazy.
And Basket Noodle is talking about the
Lag like vegetable.
Shop Safe Act, where businesses are now like threatening people that sell anything with their brand or logo or whatever. And I was just thinking, Nash TV mentioned in one of our comments on, I think, the last video, how his account, was it the whole account, was like on hold because he said the word square in a title of a listing, because the item, I guess, was square shaped or something. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, Nash. It had nothing to do with the brand Square,
No, that's right. It was
and
Square. Yeah.
I
don't know if it's in
was
context.
on hold because of it.
Wasn't in context or like, does it have to have another word in the title that used with square made it bad?
Wait, now
Because
I
how
gotta
can you
look.
not
I
use
want to be
square?
accurate because I'm so inaccurate with like the complete story.
No, it's
so
better that
often.
way.
It
Make
makes it
everybody
more
responsible.
interesting.
Yeah, make everybody be responsible for their own truth. We just say stuff up here. Nobody else does that in
lives.
this world. Nobody.
Let's see.
Raquel
Nash.
Welch was. Is she still
Okay,
alive?
so
I think, isn't she?
I'll read this. He said eBay blocked my
Yeah,
account
blah, blah,
for the
blah.
last 20 hours because I had the word square in my title listing. I was selling a phone case which had already been up for a year. I can't make this stuff up. The ungodly amount of failure that eBay has created is unbearable. Bring back Meg Whitman.
Good luck. It's only going to get more debilitating and ornerating because
So I asked him what
they're
was
just going to make it more annoying for us.
what was wrong with the word square. I just wanted,
You're square.
Here. And he said, in quotes, this is what he was told: you may not use brand names in your listings if the product isn't manufactured with that brand. Your listing was reported by the rights owner because you have used the term square.
Blah, blah, blah.
When listing this product, please do not use
Okay, you're
this-
reading
yeah.
too much. Too much words.
Oh, yeah, he always tells me I read too much that I need
Jeez,
to...
you just made me yawn. You know how much it takes to make
Do you
me
know how
yawn?
often you make me yawn?
You yawn all the time.
all
That's why your name is
day
Yanni Yawn
long.
Yawn. But I don't yawn. I'm a non-yawner. I refuse to yawn.
Yes, he puts me
I'm
into
so tired, though.
a
Coma?
pretty much nearly every single day. My eyes are
Ouch.
open, but I'm just like,
Hold on. I gotta. You think we should take a nap now? Because we were up at like 4. What time did we get up with the rat? Well, the dog barked. So last night, let's go back to the rat because the rat's easy to talk about. So the night before last, it was 4:00 in the morning. The dog is on fire, barking in our ears because he sleeps in between us like this little cute little thing like you've never seen in your life. And when he activates, he's just barking literally in our ear holes. And so 4:00 in the morning, we're up because how are you going to go back to bed when the dog just said somebody broke into the house? I went and looked, no trap sprung. This morning, he's like, but he didn't bark. And I'm like, interesting. So I started to go back to sleep, and I'm like, every little tick noise, I'm like, there are people running around our house right now downstairs. People, mouse people, but people, and the rats. And then when I woke up this morning, I was so happy to see that I had caught one, like a little punk.
I was in a dead sleep, and he screams. Well, not screams. He hollers
Like
my
gently
name,
hollered.
and it startled me. Like my heart was
I
just
felt
like,
good about it.
Oh my god!
I said Bridgie because if it was serious, I
I did
would have
not
said
hear Bridgie.
Yeah.
I just heard
That's how we
my
make-
name.
That's how we differentiate between early morning yellings.
That didn't make a difference when you're totally asleep and you just hear. "Bleh."
You got to get up. Let's go.
So I'm thinking in this whole thing of Biff is saying Square is the little device that accepts credit cards. Yeah.
Yep.
And which, right, you attach it to a phone. So maybe somehow because of the category, who knows?
I still
But-
have these, Biff. Are these good for
But
anything?
I'm thinking this is when
PayPal here.
it's almost like item specifics could come in and save the day, only if though it had, like, in the case with Nash TV, since he was trying to say the shape was square, if that was a filter, he could have selected the shape square instead of then having it in his title, which, I don't know.
I've got no idea what
I
you're talking
bore
about.
myself when I talk. Sorry.
You want to have a shape of the item as an item specific? I
Well,
guess.
I'm just saying that could have saved his item from being flagged
Indubitably.
if it was an item specific. But that's just so obnoxious, though. So I wonder if we had a square-shaped plate, if Square would flag us, or if it really has to do with the category.
I sold a plate, a squircle. I sold that squircle plate, which is a square circle.
Square circle.
Brands face no repercussions for false reporting, and this is the issue that needs to be addressed. For sure, that is YouTube. So anybody that's into YouTube, if you're a creator on YouTube, you know that you can get... So copyright, you have to try pretty hard not to get copyright strikes. I mean, I just walk right into the trap, but generally speaking, people share the copyright, or the artist will get our pittance of advertising fees or whatever. And that's fine with me. That doesn't bother me because it's their awesome music. So they should, but the companies that are the industry that's formed around that process where, people are listening, constantly to YouTube, like UMC is one of them, where they're trying to get you, they're trying to catch you. And they overstep their bounds constantly. It's like part of the industry is to over flag everybody, even though you did not steal their content at all. They just still flag you. And then you got to fight for your right to party instead of right. So technically speaking, that's why I always like that thing where if everybody could get, if there was an easy process
I know
to become...
Joe's her fines. I don't get it either.
To get set up as an authorized dealer, like a tiny little husband and wife group. We've got Hermes. How do you spell Hermes? Hermes. So like say we're authorized dealers for Hermes. So basically what do? We pay Hermes $20 a year and we get a fake certificate that I don't know what they do. Look at our social media. Probably nothing.
So you
Just charge
remember,
us an extra $20.
I don't remember the YouTuber it was, and it was months and months and months ago we saw this. And it was a YouTube eBayer that bought out a whole bunch of, I think, was it boat parts? Boats.
Oh yeah, remember that
Boat
guy?
parts, all brand new. from the original business that sold them, that went out of business, and so this person bought them all. Well, the brand the manufacturer ended up contacting him, like cease. And,
and like ruined his whole little move that he made.
But what happened was, because they were saying you are not an authorized retailer of our product, and he communicated with them, ended up talking with them, and they ended up giving him the permission to be an authorized retailer with some rules. Like, you can't sell them less than what we sell them for. You have to, I don't know, protect their brand by not being a D-bag, accept returns of them, stuff like that. But I can't imagine a high-end brand like Hermes. I mean, they have such a...
Yeah, well, I don't sell stuff less than high-end brands. Very high-end human.
They're picky about how the product is packaged.
As long as they don't come here and smell my feet, I think I'm going to be okay.
And put the slippers back on. And why are you smelling inside your shirt when you're talking about your feet?
Because it's crazy, but sometimes the stink comes up through my shirt into here. I mean, I don't smell it right now, but
Kate Picker!
Stink. Kate Picker, yeah.
Okay, he's saying tip of the
mitt. Let's take a look.
I think that's his name.
Oh my gosh.
Nice to see you, Kate Picker.
As long as we're here and we're gonna go look over here, let's look at small news. I just want to show you something.
Lag is trying to start
This is what's selling.
Thanks, Lag.
This is what's selling right now. Look at the Fenton Biff Boffo, the second Fenton boot. We've only listed the 2 boots. The first one sold for $30. This one sold for $27.07 or whatever. And for some reason, uranium glass is just hot
Shopping
for
with
no
Cheryl.
reason.
Aloha. This guy, I know. She's like, oh gosh, I tuned in just for that. LOL.
And then we sold Snap-on. So, okay, I'm just going to tell you this. So, in the past few months, this is 100% from eBayers. We would have most of this crap right here. So, let me just put it this way. Fenton, 100% eBay. We saw this on eBay. Go buy Fenton glass from sunny Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So, Snap-on Snap-on tools, we heard that from Dave, ADH Dave. He's like into Snap-on. So we were like, okay, let's look for Snap-on.
Well, the other thing too is Soda City Flips.
Soda City Flip
Shane. He was.
Did he say that too?
Well, he not that long ago said that he picked up some Snap-on tools at a garage sale for a really good price, and I think he said he sold them for $75. And then I was telling this guy here, I said,
this guy over here, this guy.
I said, I think ours are definitely, we're selling them way too high because Shane sold his for $75.
Dude, I'm a reverse psychologist. I start stuff high and I'm low-occated.
So as soon as we lower the price.
Look, I had it $108. I'm like
$80.
I'm just
that's
gonna try.
when it sold, or 75 or whatever.
You gotta put the carrot out there, and then people get excited.
Because looking at the comps. Oh,
well, look at this Jacob Zook thing. This thing has been in our collection of crap for so long. You wanted to throw it away. It has been in the multiple times I have pulled it out of the donate bucket.
And it has a screw hole.
But that's how you attach it. Anyway, the Dinkle Fist, whatever this thing is.
Sell prices. Remind me, sell prices.
$15.83. Sell price?
Has a screw hole in the center of it from where it was attached
but
to
Biff,
whatever it was on.
everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it has happened. We finally sold Dengar the Incapable, the worst Star Wars figure of all the Star Wars figures. Who the heck is he?
Wait, it
and
was
why
only
do you want him?
$6?
Yes. I have sold, because I had every single Star Wars figure. I've sold hundreds of them, probably, I guess. Back when they were like $120 for some of them. This guy, nobody wants this guy. Biff Boffo gave him the BB treatment back in the day because this guy is just he's the last. He was the last chosen. And so there goes my Star Wars figures.
WTF has a rat story. Over 20 dead rats have been dumped in the property where he lives in the last 2 weeks, but there's still enough left.
Do you think they'll group together and become like a giant zombie rat? And
anyone ever heard of tonsil stones?
Don't do
No,
that. Don't
like,
have people. I want you to not have, please, no health conditions. You're not allowed to have health conditions. You need to all be healthy. I'm kind of full up of people having health conditions, including myself. No more. Let's stop it. Let's stop it. Hold on, I got a cough.
Okay, what I wanted to
I think that's a health
sell
condition.
prices. What I wanted to mention about sell prices is
Dengar's toast. Thank you. Okay, go ahead. Lobot is pretty lame too. You're right, but Dengar's worse.
If people are looking for comps, sold comps on eBay, you probably already know this, but we are looking at our stuff, our stuff that we sold. And one really funny one is we had a customer that liked 3 of the vintage 70s plush stuffed things that we were selling.
I'll go big and then I'll go back.
And so we had to make a single listing with all 3 so they could just pay for them.
If I just put this by price, will it show
And
this?
we put this really insane sell price up so that no one else would come in and snap them up, because we told the buyer we'll do it and they'll just send us the offer of what we've agreed upon and we'll accept your offer. But on eBay, it says that we sold them for this insane amount of money.
This is actually a really important thing to point out to everybody, but I'm sure most of you know that, to not trust Terapeak completely. And it actually could easily affect sales because Terapeak does not put accurate numbers, and
Can you
they
click
don't
on that?
accurately put lower numbers. They inaccurately put higher numbers. So you can see this. We have these are our highest
lenses.
These highest
It's
listings that
so
we've made for
dumb.
people, and they're because we put together
Combined the items
items
together
for a person, and then jacked up the price so no one else would buy it. And so then when this person said, I put like these 4 lenses for $3,000, well, that's $240 worth of lenses. He threw me a $240 offer, and I accepted it. But the final lens price just has $3,000 with a line through it, but this sold for $240. If anybody comes on to Terapeak and starts looking at these things and sees that it's a 1.9, if they see these things, they're going to think these are worth a lot of money.
But show them the little stuffed animals. I mean, this is so funny. Because we probably got only like $75 for all 3. I don't even remember. But it's saying that we sold them for over $1,000, which is so funny.
Well, it's just messes up. It messes up Terapeak is a garbage dump, but I mean it's still pretty good.
Oh.
And I think probably the other that other service that you pay for, what's it called? Like Maybelline. Maybe it's Maybelline or something. That other junky one that's around forever and it costs too much, but it's actually good. You know the one. Had a buyer with a eBay name Glory Hole this weekend.
Oh,
it was zeros though. So
Can you go
away.
big?
You know me. That's what she said.
Don't
Thank
be.
you.
That's stupid.
I think it's groovy. I think that's groovy. One time I accidentally listed a $144 item as 144 quantity at $1. They sold. Oh no.
Brightline E.
You probably messed up the sector on that for a long time. A worthless point, yes. So worth point is like
right, worth point.
It's
Worthless
okay,
point.
but it's way too expensive for what they give you. Everybody, from resellers, $30 seems to be like the core that they want to get you, whether you're signing up for a tutoring or whatever, $30 a month. They want to get you.
Hey, Josh! Bean, 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 bean!
Bean, 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 bean.
Nice to see you!
Josh, we are completely inundated with the mice, and the mice people can't come for a month, so we are fighting the good fight with all the tools we can, except for glue traps. That's like, I guess, the one thing in our arsenal that we're not going to try. Because I have a hard time with the glue traps too, but it may come down to that. We'll have to see. But
ooh, the golf exchange.
We got rats.
You haven't lived if you haven't found a dead varmint in a used golf bag. Ooh.
Well, maybe that's why we don't sell golf clubs, because I don't want to mind them things. Where have we found that? Oh, we just recently found a mouse in.
I think we may have mentioned it.
Oh, did we already?
I don't know, but mention it again.
A really long, beautiful, like technically maybe even Victorian 1910 at the latest.
Pull down map.
Like a school map.
Yeah.
And it's of San Francisco, and it's on canvas, like an oiled canvas and the whole bit. And somehow a mouse got in the roll. It was all rolled up, and it just turned into a flat pancake
it's
with like
curved and flat.
like a
Yeah,
grease mark
like a
around
little
it.
mini mouse rug, like a bear rug.
Like a
It
little
was
bear
just smushed flat and curved.
Is that? It seems like that might be. Somebody might want those. Does anybody want a full torso mat? I mean, mouse mat.
No, it's gone.
Way to get rid of it.
It was really disturbing, and I ran for the hills.
The Pea Protein Podcast. Yes. Actually, we do need some new pea protein.
Basket
I gotta go back
noodle.
on a diet. I'm actually doing fine, but I need to get reversed.
You're still able to wear a lot of the clothing that you weren't able to wear for a very long time.
It's true, but the problem is we're heading into the fattening. This part of the year gets me ready to be the prize pig next year.
Oh yeah, and Ryan scored some like 1950s chrome.
Oh yeah, some chrome.
Yeah, for only $20.
Chairs. You got to get them. You can do that. I taught myself how to reupholster with those chairs.
Shopping with Cheryl was saying Tomcat spray worked. It doesn't hurt them, but it runs them away.
Well, we're gonna try everything, unless we can get some exterminators over here. But we wanted to try the noise thing. Ryan said the noise thing works. The ultrasonic.
AO also too.
AO said that, yeah.
But
he
you have to
said-
keep it going though, right? Like, how do you make sure they don't come
war
back?
stories with rats. It involves Vietnamese torture tactics, for example, nipple clamps and car batteries. Yikes! Yeah, Die Hard. Wasn't that in Die Hard?
I've heard of rats eating off babies' noses.
Yeah. Well, you keep them hungry. Everybody's got to eat. Big rats got to eat.
I mentioned yesterday when we were up at the hospital, we were talking about our rat problem. But unrelated to the rat problem, I was saying how when I sleep, I often wake up with a really dry throat because
Rats
I
been
breathe through my mouth.
been licking
And my
your
mom
juices
says to
out of
me
your
today, I told her we caught a
mouth. They get
rat.
thirsty.
And she's like, oh, good.
They're known to nest
She's like,
near
I
water
was thinking
sources.
when you talked about how you sleep with your mouth open, oh gosh, what if a rat crawls into your mouth?
Shut your yap. Learn how to shut your yap. We're gonna get you one of those.
That's terrifying.
We're gonna have to get you one of those chin straps to keep your mouth closed, so the mice don't crawl into it.
She's like, I was gonna say you should wear a mask at night. And then, yeah.
Nash is saying, I know Primo has J-Ride fatigue, but J-Ride once owned an exterminator business, so please reach out to him. You know what?
Oh, right.
I don't. I'm not.
Who was
I don't
recommending
have
that?
anything negative to say about J-Ride. He's a hustling dude. He's doing stuff. Not the way I would do it, but absolutely a dude doing things. One of the things that he did was, an extermination company. But,
Biff.
there's an interesting, I've known young people who have done that, that sort of style of business where when you're super young, they either send you out to sell magazines. They probably don't do that anymore. But also exterminating is one of those businesses where when I say they, whatever company it is, gathers up young people and then sends them out in groups in different geographical locations to go make sales. And they do it like over a whole summer. And so that's where he got a lot of his. It's actually a pretty good video with him and his wife. Go watch it. Everybody should go watch J-Ride with his wife. It's interesting. Like to see it.
Biff was saying J-Ride lost his exterminator business because he told clients, it's you.
It's not your mice. It's you.
That's a funny comment. Shopping with Cheryl.
I
This
think he
is
kinda
really
regrets saying that a
concerning.
little bit.
She's saying sleep with a pantyhose over your face. That was on some
Yes.
show.
Just to be sure. You can't be sure. Now, it goes back a long time. Mice used to live. So now I remember the stories told to me by the old lady at what's his name, Stratford upon Avon in England. Shakespeare's little town, and how a lot of the words and subjects sayings come from that time period, and a lot of them come from Masonic stuff too, third degree, those kind of things. But in square meal was because you had a board. That's how you ate your food back in the. When did Shakespeare live? Like 16 something. Anyway, square meal. But the 4-poster beds with the thing on top of it, that's because all the houses used to have straw roofs, thatched roofs, and mice would live in the roof, and then they would fall on you while you were sleeping. So if you were wealthy enough, you had a bed with the 4 poles that held a sheet over the top so the mice wouldn't fall in your mouth while you're sleeping. Thank you. History with Primo.
That's all I need. Oh, man. I don't need more awful thoughts in my head.
I'm not worried about him coming up on my bed while I'm sleeping. I just worry that when I first open my eyes in the morning, I'm going to look over and see a mouse looking at me. That's the only thing I get scared of. Like, as long as he's not in my actual room, I'm probably okay.
Paul was communicating with B-Nudes and was saying that he ordered a ridiculously cheap large TV on eBay and was contacted by the chain seller to say it was a pricing error and the order was canceled. And eBay agreed that they had the right to cancel. This was in the last year. Interesting. But that's a ding for them, though, right?
We need a mosquito net. We just need bubbles around our bodies, just that they can't bite through. Bite-free bubbles.
Sorry, did you hear that?
Nobody heard it. Don't worry. We have burp filter. Don't worry. We actually we have to go. I just decided. We have so much to do, and we don't have time, and then the sun. We actually look at this. We left the door open. Thank you. There's a door. It's open.
And the one over there is open, and the one right there is open.
This is what we call extended summer, where we don't always get beautiful weather in the 70s in the middle of the end of the summer October. Usually when I moved here 30 years ago, it would be a foot of snow on the ground right now. But thank you to all of you coal rollers out there for.
We're gonna see Primo Spam's house on the news.
It's just gonna be a giant. There are a couple of movies. One of them is.
The Earth is just gonna.
Hold on! Didn't in Stranger Things they have rats that explode, right? And then the rats all turn to goo, and they join together to make the Demigorgon. So maybe that's what's happening here.
Oh.
Thank you.
I was just gonna say the Earth is just gonna open up and swallow our house. But
that's the poltermice are here, and that's what's happening.
And right as I was saying that, Paul was saying apparently everyone swallows a certain number of spiders every year.
They just walk in there and they go in, and you do it.
Which is maybe why I wake up going.
No, what you got to see, here's another thing. Okay, so this is true education. Just Professor Primo. I put on my professor hat here. Now, they say that there's an average number. You're eating rat shits in your cereal. But I like to think that there's one guy that's eating 1,000 rat shits. And then there's one guy eating 100 spiders at sleep. It's getting passed over me. It averages out, but I'm not getting spiders or mouse poop in my cereal.
Oh, Kate was saying it's good to be here today. I was driving in Pennant Post. It was nice to have you here.
Yeah, and normally we would stay longer, but we definitely have to go get stuff done. So,
you know what I was saying?
With that said,
I like how John and Jenna FAE they have that outro
ends.
Because there's always a delay.
Like
in
and
the
watch.
videos,
Thanks for joining us.
And people are still commenting,
Okay.
and then we're not. I like
you know what we do?
outros, so that people can
We
finish
invented
typing.
outros, sweetie. If you have anything to say, say it now.
Yeah, say it now before the Muppets is done. Da, 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 da.
Okay, we love you guys.
Thank you for being
Biff
here.
Baffa, but what if you're one guy? Joe Jugger, sleep in the bed or dryer sheets.
Doug and Rose, thank you for the super chat. Ryan, thanks for gifting people memberships.
And thanks Shopping with Cheryl and Flipping It Easy and Brightline and Quirky Big and
Everyone,
Chad and
thank
Jovial
you.
Juggler and everybody for joining us. It's always fun to see you here. We feel like a community. It's lovely. I wish you could come here and help me with the rats, but you can't. But don't get any rats of your own. We love you. Pokey.
Wait.
This is extra.
WTF was like like, why isn't Pokey doing his job? He's supposed to chase. Oh, he chased the rat today outside, though. I can't believe I'm talking about rats. Like
This is
it's-
Pokey hold music. Oh, peanut burger. Okay, guys, we're going for sure.
Thank you.
For real.
Aloha. Have an excellent day. Watch FAE tonight.
FAA tonight, and
Thank you, everyone.